Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the UwebTV, and as always, I'm your host, Paige Mitchell. And today, my special guests are Dontae and Ashley Comans.
Well, I am Ashley Comans, Dontae's wife, and I am a Pittsburgh born and raised chick. I love the Steelers. For my 9 to 5, I work at Hallmark, and I also have a blog, Renee Around the Way, where I focus on Black culture, Black news, just in a positive way. You know, we see a lot of negative things about who we are and what we do in the mainstream media, so I wanted to create a platform to ultimately counteract that. So I have that, and recently been elected as a school board director in the Wilkinsburg School District. I will be sworn in December. I actually just kind of pushed my school board social media page. Right now it's Ashley Comans for WBGSB, which stands for Wilkinsburg School Board.
Okay.
And I decided to do that just because I have a personal page, and my life is not school board. That is something that I will represent, and it is something that I want to be a voice for, but I also want to separate my personal life from that kind of business as well.
That's hard to follow up. I'm Dontae Ashley from here in Pittsburgh. What I do, I guess you could say I'm a procurement specialist for SAP Ariba. That's my 9 to 5. I also have an internet radio show. You can call it a podcast too, because we do it live. It's called Straight to the League with my friend Tim. We have a good time. We drink, talk about current events, and just try to have a good time every Wednesday live, blogger.radio.com. But me, I'm a simple guy. I just like to have fun, live life, and I hate negativity, so I try to stay away from that.
So I know you guys started off as friends. Mm-hmm. So let's go back a few years. How did you guys first meet?
Well, we first met because a lot of my friends went to the same college as her, so, you know, just naturally we'd come together like that. But the first time I remember is with my friend Jamel. We were driving back up to Clarion, and her and her friend Jarita got in the car. I'm like, oh, she's nice. She's cool. And I knew her older brother and a couple of her cousins, but never really was introduced to her. But that was my homie.
Connected on AOL Instant Messenger.
Yep.
He was like my best friend. We talked all
on AOL. Y'all took it back.
With the sidekicks.
That is funny. Was there an initial spark, or was it just strictly friendship for a while?
All through college, we were friends.
Yeah, she was roommates with one of my best friends, Cheyenne. So, I mean, we naturally just relaxed there.
He was a savage in college, so
she was my friend. So
okay.
I wasn't one of his. What would you call it?
Missions.
Yeah. I was the.
If there was nowhere for else for me to sleep, I'd sleep in her room.
So Ashley was like the homegirl.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sleep with all my clothes on and everything too. Just pass out. Just pass out. You know, that's my homie.
So when did the tables turn, and who started getting feelings first?
She graduated. I was working at T-Mobile in Monroeville Mall, and she used to come around. I'm like, yeah, she's nice, she's cool. We'd kick it. Like, you know, she'd come through, watch on TV. We'd watch Morton, things of that nature. But it was strictly friends, and it just grew. We grew to become closer friends, and that was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
What's your side of the story, Ashley?
Well, I would say it was kind of like that. After I graduated, so I had a boyfriend in college, so that was another thing. But after I graduated college, I was single, and we just kept in touch, like he said. He came to my graduation party, and I don't know. We just always would link up. I think I started to like him, but I didn't want to like him because we know so much about each other, you know, like our history of who we may have dealt with previously. So it just seemed like you can't like him because it's going to mess up the friendship that you all have. But we kept hanging out, and then my friend called him before Christmas, right? Yeah, my friend Natasha called him and was like, you know, the only thing Ashley really wants for Christmas is you. And then
That was a good one.
Did she ask to be my girlfriend on Christmas Eve? And I said, you know what? Let's do this tomorrow. Christmas was our anniversary.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you asked over the phone?
we were together.
Okay.
Because he had bought me all this stuff for Christmas. He's the best gift buyer. Like, oh, like, you bought me these shoes? Like, he could buy me dresses. He's a good shopper.
Okay. Okay. So you weren't really looking for anything like a committed relationship?
Who's ever looking? Those are the best ones.
Yeah.
When you're looking, you really end up in some dumb situations.
Forced.
Yeah, very forced. And then you mess around with people for 4 years that you really didn't like. And if y'all officially together, then that was a waste of time. But if y'all just cool kicking it, it won't even matter.
It's no waste time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time is, you can't get that back.
Right. Time is precious. You can't get that back. Was there a first date before that, or was it just strictly let's be in a relationship?
We were doing dates when we were friends. You could say that. I mean, we went to the bar. What was it called then? April's on the Ave. That's
The old Too Sweet.
Yeah, April's on the Ave. We went there, had a drink.
I came to pick you up.
Yep.
Okay.
We had a drink. Did we eat that night? No, we just had a drink. Yeah, we had just had a drink. It was a good time.
I think that
And it was just
like,
the two of you?
Yeah, I think that was the first time where it was like, oh, like, I like him. But like I said, he likes to keep it cool, you know, no pressure.
You have to go with the flow.
Go with the
That's
flow.
life.
So, and that was it wasn't that cold out yet. I think it was like we just hit fall.
Okay. So what made you want to do that, Ashley? Were you uncomfortable? Were you scared? Did you think there was a chance he would say no?
So I'm an aggressive person. So who isn't afraid of rejection? But I think we were that cool that it was like we were a couple, but I'm the kind of person where I'm like, okay, we can't make this a gray line anymore, because it was at a point where it was like, if I heard about him being with somebody else,
It's
like,
funny.
I'm gonna have a
It's
problem.
funny getting 3 o'clock calls when you're just cool, but it's not when you're dating.
Right.
So it's like, all right, let me do what I can do to nip this in the bud this way, instead of just laughing it off, and then I really want to stab him in his neck.
Right.
That's how you get away from cases.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was like that kind of point, like, well, you need to make a choice. Like, do you want to be committed, or, you know, you cool with it? It was a gray area, because technically he could do what he was doing when I wasn't around, and I was
Right, and you liked him at the same time. Right.
So
No, she was gonna say saying she can do her thing on her time.
I did say that. Neither of us are innocent. You know, we both, and I think that's what I love about our relationship, because we were open about stuff like that. Like, I had other guys I dealt with prior to him. Like, he knows that he ain't the only person I've ever dealt with, and vice versa. I mean, it would even, whatever. It would even be nights.
Good one,
after,
Dontae.
what was the parties we were going to? Yacht club parties at the time. And this is when we was still just kicking it. And we'd be back at his house, you know, acting like we're grown. And his phone would blow up. Like,
It's Bible studies.
at 2 in the morning, after 2 o'clock in the morning, like, his phone would blow up. But for me, we weren't in a relationship, so I could just laugh it off, like, oh, I got him tonight. So, and it just turned into that being the regular, like,
Okay.
it was always
Okay.
us.
Aww. Okay, so moving into now we're committed. We're boyfriend and girlfriend. We're living life. How long were you guys boyfriend and girlfriend before it transitioned into being engaged?
Oh, before engaged, what was that, like 5?
5 years and some months.
Yeah, I proposed on her birthday. So that was probably 5 years then.
A little over 5.5 years.
So what was the moment for you while you guys were dating that made you say, okay, Dontae, gave yourself that pep talk. I think it's time.
I mean, as I got older, it's like you should wait till you're like out of your 20s as a man to do that, just to make sure you are ready for real, because a lot of people jump into it early and they don't even last till they're 30 because it wasn't something they really wanted. But it's just like neither one of us are going anywhere. Like, why not make it official? Because in the law's eyes and God's eyes, you're single till you're married. So technically, that was just my shorty doo-wop until we got married. But it's like, let's just do it. We're adults. We're adults.
Okay.
We're not getting no younger.
Okay, all right. Ashley, did you have an idea that it was coming?
I had no idea, because I'm the kind of person that think it's hard to surprise me because I'm so nosy. Like, I just like to know everything. And we also were, I think he had just started at a new job. So, I'm thinking I'm checking his pockets or whatever. Like, he don't got no money to buy me a ring. And then my birthday rolls around and I had no idea. Like, all my friends knew because they knew what they were there for. I'm just thinking like, oh, it's my birthday. Everybody wanted to come out for dinner. Like, because we didn't do anything special. We went out to dinner and then it was like,
thought it was a typical birthday.
And that was the year that I launched my blog. So that year I specifically told him, like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to get this blog out and I want to go to dinner. And that was that. So even before he left, because my girlfriend took me to dinner, before he walked out, he was like, now, I just want you to know I'm going early because I don't want you waiting when you get there. I don't want you thinking anything else is going down. I was like, bye, like, get out the house. I'll see you in a couple hours. But he was preparing to do that. And when he got down on his
They said I was so nervous. Everybody's like, yo, you just keep walking around. I went to the car. I went out to my homie Jermaine's car. We had a couple shots.
and I'm just oblivious.
You had a couple shots before you asked?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a lot. Like, that's a lot. Like, just to be like in front of everyone, it's like putting on the production at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you got everyone there. You have to find the right moment. So she's all like, all social butterfly talking to everyone. And I'm like, look, you promised? Well, let me back it up. We were supposed to go to the Cheesecake Factory. It's like somewhere, let's go somewhere where there'd be a lot of seats. There's no reservations. It was like a 2-hour wait. But right there on the other side, if you're familiar with the Southside Works, there's that Japanese restaurant, Saki. It's Saga and Moro, but it's Saki there. Yeah, so I went there. I'm like, it's empty. We could turn this place up. Went in there. It was so happened to be salsa night at a Chinese restaurant. It was crazy. And so I was like, yo, you promised me a dance the whole night. I was like, you gonna dance with me? So she got up. She's like, all right, come on, let's go. And then I just, boom, did it.
Aww.
I said to her, I said, look, we've been living life since half for so long. Let's become whole. Will you be mine forever?
That's really what you said, verbatim.
Yeah. This lady told me, don't ask her, will you marry me? She's like, just ask her, like, will you be mine forever? I was like, ooh, that's dope. I used it.
And you used that.
And she said, yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. I did. And I didn't even like I said, me checking, thinking I know, like, he can't do it yet. Once I actually like stepped back and then looked at my ring, I was like,
that's when it really sunk in.
Like,
okay.
And he did a good job.
Oh, Dontae, that's so sweet.
You beat up a crackhead for that.
Speaking of that, picking the ring, did you pick it all by yourself? Did you call any of her friends, like, come to the store with me, her mom,
I'm really
dad,
not that
nobody?
type of person.
Okay.
You're not going to tell me what I want to get for someone. Now, if it's like planning,
you didn't want any second opinion.
No.
Really, it was strictly you.
I knew what kind she didn't like already.
Okay.
Just from like seeing people.
I did do that. Like,
yeah,
if I
like
saw
she was like, well, if you got me one,
like
don't
that.
give me that one.
Yeah.
I don't want this. I don't want that. I'm like, all right, cool. You want a stone with some stone lits, so we could do that. Like, why not?
Okay. Well, switching gears a little bit. So one at a time, Dontae, starting with you this time. What are the top 3 things you would say that you love about Ashley that makes her different from everyone else?
Top 3?
Yes, top 3.
Many. There's so many. Her drive. She's amazing. She's not stopping until it's finished. I have to say her soul. She's a beautiful person inside and out. And I would have to say her love. She just loves hard, like a brick.
That's beautiful, Dontae. I felt it.
It's a song title. Love harder than a brick.
You gonna write it?
Oh no, I'm gonna have Gucci Man write it. So we can make it double entendre. Like make it for 2 different
Brick
bricks.
Squad.
Yup.
That's gonna be a 5-year anniversary
Right?
gift. Like, Ashley, remember I told you that song I was gonna get?
This song, I'm gonna buy her a brick. That song, I'm not gonna get her the other type of brick. We can go to jail for that. 5 years.
All right.
I'm gonna remember that.
We got one down.
So now my turn.
Yep, your turn, Ash. Top 3.
So
Don't
my
lie. Don't butter me up. I'm not a roll.
I got the gas, baby. I got the gas.
I'm not on E.
So my top 3 things of what I love most about Dontae, he feeds me, and that is so important.
I do
That is important.
He feeds me daily, and I am so appreciative of that.
She loves Snickers.
Do you cook?
Hmm?
Oh.
He's the cooker, so
cook every day.
I
You cook every day?
so I'm very like that's like top of the list. Like I am a lucky girl to have a man who will cook.
My dad cooked, so I guess that's why, you know.
So you got it honest.
Yeah, and his mom and his grandma.
No, I mean, but just seeing as the man cooking,
can feed
like,
me so
like
well.
my dad always cooked, and then my cousin Bill, his dad always cooked. So it's just like, I mean, if you want something you like, just cook it.
That's a fun fact, Dontae, because I would not think that you're the one cooking in the household.
Skirt.
So that's my top. My next one would be what song is it? Where he says "good in every hood." Like, who says that?
I don't know.
It's somebody's song. I can't think of what song it is, but that is one thing that I love about Dontae. No matter where he goes, he is so respected by the people that know him. And that, for me, just goes to show how genuine he keeps his interactions with the people that he comes across, because they cannot, even if it gets on my nerves, people when they see him are always so excited or so happy. Sometimes I think some females should chill, but at the end of the day, I know that they truly just he's always been a good guy. So I love that about him. And my last thing that I love, well, not the last, but my last top 3, he makes me laugh. I love a man that can make me laugh, and he has been my favorite.
Aww, that was beautiful. That was from the heart, Dontae. Did you feel it?
Yeah, I did. But Beyonce say, I'm full. I'm so full right now.
Oh my. Okay, so both together as a unit. What song would you say is your song?
You know what's
Currency, My Direction.
Okay.
Yeah. That was where.
Did y'all play that at the wedding?
Yeah, we did.
Did we play it at the wedding?
I don't know.
I don't think we did. So when we picked our songs, we probably should have picked that one, but it is such a like hippie, like unless you listen to Currency, it probably would have went over everyone's head. Not that it was about anyone else, but like, you know, when you do your dance, you want everybody to
You want them to feel it, the energy. Yeah.
But Currency, My Direction is just like
That's her song.
in there like swimwear.
Yeah, that's the song right there. That was used to listen like every day. Me, her, and my homie Jamore, my man Skizzer. We used to. That was our jam, man. And then me and her, I was like, this is so true.
That is us.
I made it back when I Facebooked. I made it in my status one day. The lyrics, yeah.
We are one of those couples that enjoys each other's company. Like,
a lot of people don't like to be around. I mean, I can kick it with you all day. You're pretty cool.
We like to just hang out. We love to binge. That might be something we like to do. We like to binge watch shows. Like, if there's something that we haven't been.
So, what's your favorite show right now?
Right now,
Insecure is my favorite show right now.
I'll probably say Insecure right now because there's not a lot of there's a lot of gravy out there, but there's not a lot of meat and potatoes.
We can't wait for American Horror Story though. We do like American Horror Story.
That show is crazy. I like how the fact that every season is different. That show is crazy.
Yeah, that show is crazy.
But it keeps the same like people.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. And lastly and finally, just being around you guys, I love your energy. I love the vibe that you guys produce. I really feel like the love is real. You know, I've encountered couples where I felt like the love wasn't, I just didn't feel it. But with you all, I feel it. I feel like it's real, it's genuine, it's pure, and it's true. And being as though you guys have been married for a year now, right? A year and some change? What is the things that you feel is crucial to a relationship, and how do you guys keep it so fresh and so fun?
I say the most important thing is communication. That's how you really stop like even dealing with somebody. If you're just not talking at all, this is gonna get worse. You're just going to go apart. But if you're communicating, whether it's good or bad, you're still interacting, and you still know how each other feel. So she taught me how to show my emotions. So that's cool.
Of course, I think that's like number one is communication, and most people in relationships hear that all the time. So sometimes I think saying communication to people, they don't really understand when you say communicate, and
It's more than talking.
It's more than talking. Our marriage didn't change anything about our relationship. Prior to us getting married, our relationship was great. So the marriage for us was just
a stamp.
That American way of saying like we are legally binded to each other. If something happens to him or vice versa, like I am that next person in line of responsibility to make a choice. So besides that, that's all that our marriage has done. But in regards to keeping our relationship healthy, well, I can't hold anything in.
I grab her butt from time to time.
All the time. If he doesn't grab my butt, I feel some kind of way. But no matter what I think, even if something happens and maybe it was yesterday and I didn't think about it, like if I need to say something, I'm going to tell him, and vice versa. He's more easygoing than I am, but if I don't let him know how I'm feeling, I can't assume that he understands why I'm upset. And when we do have our arguments, because we're not perfect, we do fight. We fight it out, we get it out until we've said everything we need to say. I probably do more talking than he does, but he still gets out what he needs to get out too. And he calls me on my stuff, and I love that about him. Just like I'm sure I call him on his. But when you're honest and you really got to put your guard down. Like if I'm guarded with him,
you can't really be in a relationship and have your guard up.
Yeah, then
that's like you just waiting for somebody to F up. Like, I can't wait to.
Right, like at the end of the day, I love my parents, but at the end of the day, I'm going home to him. So I always want to make sure that we see eye to eye, because it's always going to be us against the world. my mom, you know, she is just that, my mom. My dad is just that, my dad. My siblings are just that, my siblings. But my husband is my partner. Like, he is my
PIC, partner in crime.
Yeah, if he ain't welcome, then I ain't welcome. And that's just how we roll. If you disrespect him, you disrespect me. If you disrespect me, you disrespect him. And we make that clear to everyone. It's my dog.